Throughout the long-running Invincible series, the Viltrumites were once seen as near-invincible juggernauts. However, by the end, several key weaknesses were revealed, turning these formidable warriors into a more manageable threat. With the right intellect and preparation, even the Viltrumites could be brought down. Let's dive into the greatest weaknesses that changed the course of the Viltrumite Empire. One major weakness of the Viltrumites lies in their inner ear, which is crucial for maintaining balance during flight. After thousands of years of evolving to maneuver in all directions through the air, this delicate balance comes with its flaws. Invincible himself discovered this when the Global Defense Agency used a special earpiece designed to disrupt his equilibrium, severely injuring him and proving just how vulnerable their flight abilities can be. Robot later took this weakness to the next level. As the mastermind behind the Guardians of the Globe, he developed an army of specialized robot drones, each engineered to emit a specific harmonic frequency when hit. This design turned the Viltrumites' own power against them. The harder they struck, the more intense the painful resonance became. Even Invincible struggled against one of these armored drones, forced to find a way to fight without landing a single punch. During his time serving the Viltrumite Empire and exploring the vast reaches of space, Omni-Man kept detailed records of anything capable of taking down a Viltrumite. To conceal his findings, he encoded them within science fiction novels published on Earth. One of his most daring accounts detailed his encounter with the Rognarrs, vicious creatures strong enough to tear a Viltrumite apart. With razor-sharp claws and fangs capable of piercing even Viltrumite skin, the Rognarrs proved to be a rare threat to the mighty empire. While they lacked the same raw strength and durability as Viltrumites, their powerful leg muscles allowed them to launch sudden, deadly attacks. One even managed to slash open Thrag's stomach before his legendary duel with Battle Beast. Recognizing their potential, Thrag later wielded two Rognarrs on leashes like deadly flails in the series' final battle. Omni-Man's novels also chronicled the tale of the man with the invincible gun, a veiled reference to Space Racer and his unbelievably powerful weapon. A lone warrior traversing the cosmos on his advanced space bike, Space Racer wielded a pistol unlike any other, firing a black energy beam that could pierce through anything in its path. This meant that even the nearly indestructible Viltrumites weren't safe, as the weapon could slice straight through them with ease. Throughout the Viltrumite War, Space Racer became a valuable asset, as his gun's unstoppable energy beam tore through Viltrumites just as easily as anything else. The weapon was so powerful that it even played a key role in destabilizing Viltrum's core, allowing Invincible and his allies to destroy the planet. Even more impressively, the gun was uniquely attuned to Space Racer. Any attempt to wield it by another would cause it to snap right back into his grasp, ensuring that only he could ever use its devastating power. The Scourge Virus was a deadly bioweapon, engineered by the coalition of planets as their last-ditch effort to counter the Viltrumites. It proved devastating, nearly wiping out the entire race. Though the Viltrumite Empire kept the full extent of its effects a closely guarded secret, the virus was responsible for killing an overwhelming 99.9% of their population by the time the series reached its end. Even those who survived the Scourge Virus were left severely weakened, as seen with Conquest, who lost both an arm and an eye. The virus was originally developed using Viltrumite blood after Thaddeus betrayed his own kind, and the Coalition later refined it into an even deadlier form. This enhanced version, however, only ever infected Invincible himself, and the effects were immediate, drastically weakening him moments after exposure. One surprising weakness of the Viltrumites is their vulnerability to extreme heat, specifically the scorching temperatures of the sun. Mark Grayson learned this firsthand in his brutal battle against Thrag. Even counting their dense skin and powerful healing abilities, the sun's intense heat gradually burned away their resilience. Mark intentionally used this weakness to his advantage, pushing the fight into the sun to weaken Thrag's defenses and ultimately finish him off. This weakness is especially ironic considering the clear parallels between the Viltrumites and DC's Kryptonians, particularly Superman. While Kryptonians draw strength from a yellow sun, Viltrumites are gradually burned away by its intense heat. If Superman were in the same situation as Thrag and Invincible, he would only grow stronger, while they struggle to survive. In the end, what empowers the last son of Krypton is the very thing that proves to be one of Invincible's greatest weaknesses. But one even greater was their susceptibility to human emotions, something that ultimately became Omni-Man's downfall. Aside from their reputation as ruthless conquerors, Viltrumites weren't cold, calculating beings. Their fury often led to reckless decisions, making them vulnerable in battle. More importantly, their emotions became the key to reshaping their empire, though their culture glorified strength and domination. When Thrag relocated the remaining Viltrumites to Earth, he soon realized what Omni-Man and Invincible had already discovered: human life, though fragile, is beautiful and worthy of appreciation. Many Viltrumites began to form emotional bonds with their earthly partners, and these connections drove them to protect the planet and embrace a more compassionate nature. While human emotion may not be as brutal as a Rognar's claws or as powerful as a space gun, this vulnerability became a touching turning point in the Viltrumite story.